Hello everybody, it's Laura or lauraxstitches and welcome back to my channel. I'm here for my June update. Second time recording this. I was going through the first one and I just wasn't making any sense. So hopefully it makes a bit more sense this time. Thank you to everybody who sent well wishes to Matt for his wisdom teeth surgery. It all went well. He did have a bit of a reaction and his blood pressure went quite low. And they were trying to get him out really quickly. So he wasn't feeling very great. So we were a little bit annoyed with the hospital, to be perfectly honest. I think, which is fair enough. But he came home and it's all okay. And then on Thursday, he got his braces on. So his mouth is having a party. I hope he's okay. He's back at work today, so we'll see how he goes. I haven't had any grumpy text messages yet, so we're okay. Otherwise, oh, disclaimer, my two dogs are out there. If you know my dogs, which most of you do, you know that they can be a bit crazy. So hopefully right now they're sleeping, but if they're back, I'll just edit it out because I know that if I watch videos and people have dogs barking, they want to bark. So I just put that out there. What else has happened? School holidays. Started on Friday, report writing went well, they all went out. I'm very happy at home on a Monday. I didn't have to go to work. It was very exciting. So 2 weeks off and then back at it for term 3, which is pretty cool. Can't believe the year is already half over. It's insane. Rightio. I've got a bit to talk about today. I was writing my notes down and I was very surprised at how much I have, but I'm very excited to talk to you. Let's go with whips first. As per usual, I started with my cells. The first one being the class schedule cell, and here's a picture of what it looked like last time. And I am stitching this on a piece of 30, if I could get my magnets to stop touching each other. 16 count Ada by Picture This Plus in Dusk. There's the whole thing. As you can see, I've done more than just June. I've also finished July. We got July. I receive it here in Australia at about 4:15 in the afternoon, and it was done by about 8. It's a nice, simple cell, and I love it. June was Ancient Runes, study of Ancient Runes. Because I add in the professor's name, mine's a little bit different. And then we had Astronomy for July, which was just released, with some planets and a cool-ass telescope. So with the professors, I try to, excuse me, I try to put in their names in the house colours, but for some of them, JK hasn't kind of said what house they would be in. So for the past couple, I've been guessing, and I've said that they both would be in Ravenclaw. I actually posted on the Facebook group asking people their opinion. They said the same thing, so I was like, cool, that's easy. First needle minder is Accio needle, and that was, I bought that when I bought the fabric and the pattern. And this is a Harry Potter from Needle Minder Obsession on Etsy. Okie dokie. So that will go away until August. Not long to go at all. Then I worked on the Legendary Creatures Sal by Colour Cascade Fabrics by Clouds Factory. And it's in my Taran bag. And I'll link her shop below, as always. My llamas. July was released. I haven't started it yet. We got 3 this month, because they were going to have to do 3 at some point. So here it is. This is on a 16 count Ada from Picture This Plus as well, and I don't remember the name and I can never remember it and I can't find it. So hopefully it's in one of my last videos. We worked on D and E. And my needle minder was from Taran too, which was very nice of her. So we have an elemental, a water elemental, and Duende. I don't really know how to say him, but it's super cute. That mushroom was cute. Loving it. Really like the elemental as well. So this month we received J, K, and O. So that will fill up that row and start the 4th, which would be cool. So that will be staying out to be worked on today. So I might just put that on the side here. Next one is my personal cell. I'm doing a sale with myself because I'm really cool. Kings and Queens of the UK by Clouds Factory, and here's a picture of what it will look like when it's finished and also what it looked like the last time you saw it. It's being stitched on a Colour Cascade 32 count Lugana, and it was a fabric of the month, so it doesn't have a name. There's the whole thing. There's my 6 kings. I do a king or queen a month and the border that surrounds it if there is any. So I worked on Richard the First. And there's my llama needleminder from Ginger Stitch AU on Etsy. So this month I'll work on the next one, which I think is John, from what I can see here. And a bit of border at the top of him as well, which is good because I'm on holidays. If I have extra time, I'll probably just finish out that border because it's the corner and that's a fair bit. So I'll try and do that if I have some time, but I'll need to get other things done first. Okay, next I worked on Pokemon. Pokemon is in this bag that I received as a birthday gift from a lovely lady who watches my videos called Deb. So cute. Usually I don't bring out this bag, but I've actually taken Pokemon off my frame, and I'll explain that a little bit later as to why. But I do need your help with something for it though. This is on an 18 count Ada I got off eBay. And here we have it. This is the first 2 rows completed. That's 10 pages done. So I finished off page 10 and made a good start on page 11, which you can see there. Let's just have a look at that for a moment and think about how awesome that looks, because I like to do that. Yeah, so here's page 11. There's a thread going up there. Made a good start on that. I'm stitching this with 2 threads on the Ada. Now, we are a bit dirty. If you can see there, there's a fair bit of dirt and there's some on the back too. My question to you is, do you think that should I wash it when I finish the page? The reason I say when I finish the page is because of that blue texture. It comes off when water hits it. I've washed it 3 times already. And I am going to be stitching over a lot of the parts where it is dirty, but I'm wondering whether to wash it again, just in case. I'm not sure. I don't want to ruin the fabric. That's what my question is. Is it going to like tear the fabric up or something? I'm a bit worried about it. Let me know what you think. So this month in June, last month in June, I didn't do my particular weeks that I usually do. So usually I do a week on my sales, 2 weeks on Pokemon, and a week on my focus to finish. And with Pokemon, I do a week on, a week off, a week on. This time I just focused on goals. So I did all my sales and then I stitched Pokemon 3,000 stitches straight, which was cool. During that time, I did have a new start for Belinda's birthday. Belinda is an Itch to Cross Stitch on YouTube and Instagram. And we started Enchanted Mermaid. Now, we decided to start this at the Mirabilia retreat in February with a whole bunch of people on our table. Teresa from TL Stitches, Lorna the Ladybird Stitcher, Jo from Vintage Chic. I think it's Chic, or is it Chic? I don't know. Either way, she's amazing. Who else am I missing? Or is that all that's in the group? And there's a few other people doing it as well, but not necessarily with this mermaid, I think. June the 6th was a couple of days after Matt's operation, so I was a nurse. So I was up and down a fair bit, so I didn't get much of a start at all. It was just a little bit too difficult for me to follow the pattern and look after Matt and stitch and do blah blah blah. So this is being stitched on a Sparkly's Fabric of the Month from I think February this year, 32 count Murano. Doesn't have a name. Is that the front? Yes it is. I don't even know if that's the right way, but anyway, it's not much of a start at all because, yeah, like I said, a bit difficult. Now with this piece, there's a bit better lighting. There is a lot of beads. there's a lot of beads and a lot of treasures. So we were talking in the group, and I think Teresa and I, and maybe some others, I don't really remember, are probably going to bead as we go because of the gap. I'm just worried about getting the counting wrong, so I'm going to bead at the same time. But she's not going to come out again until at least my other Mirabilia is finished. It's just the way I'm working at the moment. I need to get stuff done. I just really enjoy getting my finishes for things that have been around for a while. So I won't have another new start for a while. I don't actually think I'm gonna have one until maybe the new year, unless one just pops up. I just don't have any planned, and I don't really want to do any, so we'll see. So then Adele messaged me at some point and said, hey, what are you doing after you finish your 3,000 stitches on Pokemon? And I said, oh, I'll work on my focus to finish, which is turtle duck families. And she said, do you want to do a weekend on Renaissance Mermaid? Because we started that together. And I said, yes, yes I do. And this is her. She's so pretty. I'll pop in a picture of where I was the last time you saw it, which was in February. It got to Sunday night and I didn't want to put her down. So I did a poll on my Instagram and I asked people, should I work on her or should I go back to my turtle duck and do my focus? She won by a bit, I will say. I did appreciate that people voted for turtle duck, so because I know that people want me to finish stuff and they know my goals, so that was really nice. But I did work on her more. And I don't regret it. She's beautiful. This is being stitched on a 32 count Joblin, my favourite fabric, in case you ever need to know, by Colour Cascade Fabrics in Oasis. And here's where we are now. My beautiful, beautiful mermaid. So I worked on her arm, which was where I was at the time. And then I've moved over to here and stitched on her hair. And then I've stitched this little bit here. So I've actually got a fair bit of progress done. I'm very, very happy with that. She looks a bit funny up here in her neck because there's gaps for beads. So her proportions are a bit funny at the moment, but she'll even out when she gets her tail. And she's awesome because she's kind of like curvy for Mirabilia. And same with Enchanted Mermaid. They've got some curves. So I'm very happy with that. So yeah, I will stitch on her again. She'll be a focus to finish for next year, from what I can tell from my thinkings in my brain. So I put her away yesterday and then I pulled out the class schedule cell. So that's where I'm at. I also, during the month, finished the birth sampler for my niece that was born at the end of May. Technically Matt's niece, but I'm claiming her as well. So I'll pop in a picture here of that finished. That also got FFO'd. I'll talk about FFOs later, but that got FFO'd, but I don't think I have a picture. So I'll tell you what it looked like. It was just a plain white frame with no matting. It was just nice and plain because I don't know what their house is going to be when they eventually move and things like that. So I just left it quite plain, and I hope they liked it. I gave it to her yesterday, to the mum yesterday, and she seemed to enjoy it, so that was good. Let's talk haul. Fabric of the month from Sparklies. I don't have much haul, 4 things. Is this 32 count Murano. It is the 18 by 27 inch size, and it is actually purple, but it's of course coming up white. But it is a very, very light lavender color. No, you can't see it. I really like Sparklies fabric. I'm very, very happy with them. Great communication from Kate and awesome fabrics and timing, so it's really good. Silks for You, silks of the month. If I can get them out of their bag, that'd be really great. That's just me being silly. Okay, we've got some really nice muted colors, I would say. We've got this. We've got a green, a brown, a pink. This one is actually quite a bit more purple than it's showing up. It's showing up quite blue. This one's the blue, this one's purple. Beautiful colors. I'm excited to use these when I start doing starts again, particularly for things that call for variegated threads. Things like all the Lizzie Kates I have, the smaller things that call for variegated. But they could be used for bigger stuff too. Like I've got a few sampler type things that they might be good for as well. Then I received a beautiful package from Adele, from lauraxstitches, who we do the Renaissance Mermaid together. A bit of a surprise package. She sent me a beautiful note. This thread, which is Jodery Designs limited edition August 2016 in Blazing Sun. Very nice. And a needle minder. We have matching needle minders. So cute. So thank you very much, Adele. And then I received in the mail, finally, my Lowry frame adapter. So this piece actually goes up here to lock it in place, but I don't really need to hold that. This is the 14-inch one, 14-inch deep. So here's the conundrum I've had with my quantum frames, and it's my fault. I ordered the 20 centimeter and the 30 centimeter sidebars when I got mine, and the 30 centimeter ones are too big for this. So what I'm gonna have to do is sell my 30 centimeter ones and order some probably less than 20 centimeter ones. 20 centimeter ones are quite big. It goes to about there. Excuse me, it goes quite high. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting them to be a bit smaller, which is whatever. I worked with my my Renaissance Mermaid on the Lowry, oh my goodness, words. I worked my Renaissance Mermaid on the quantum frame, the smaller one I have, with the 20 centimeter sidebars. And I tried the 30 centimeter ones today, and they go up about here. So when I put my Pokemon on my really, really big bars, I'm gonna use the 20 centimeter ones. I have to. And then I guess I'm gonna need to get some other ones, but for the meantime I'll have to swap them in and out, which is okay because it's easy to put on and off. The skewers, Matt was called, I think, was he calling them skewers or fire pokers? I don't know what he was calling them. That can be tricky to get it over the fabric. That was the only annoying part of sorting it out, but I think I'll get used to it as I use them. So I'm pretty happy with those. The tension is great. The Lowry was tipping a fair bit because it is heavy, but it's top heavy, like you got to expect that. So I just put a bunch of weights on there. I might need to put a couple more on for this bigger frame, but I really like it. It's really good. It's going to be really good for Pokemon, because with the frame I have for Pokemon, it was a big stand. You've probably seen it before, but it was like a floor stand. It was all together. And I used to, because the way I sit, I like to sit either cross-legged, but I like it really close to me. So I was actually tipping it so it was like on an angle, and it would fall down a lot. So I'm excited to have one that I can just pull to wherever I want. So it'd be good. So that is my haul. See, not much. Awesome. Let's talk FFOs. I'm going to talk about this one up here first. I originally had it down here and I showed it off, but I'm not going to take it down again. I might just move the camera a little bit. Get my head out of the way. So that is London by Clouds Factory, walking in London. The frame is actually a charcoal grey frame, and it comes up. It's not as flat as a normal one, and we've got a double matte of antique white and a really, really nice dark blue. I love it. It looks amazing there. It looks so good in my house. I'm very, 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 very pleased with it. Like I said, I had the birth sampler finished. The other thing that was finally finished is my Ophelia's Pearl Mermaid by Nora Corbett. You might remember last time I spoke, I had it to get some ideas from you because I got it framed originally and 3 beads had broken or come off. It looks like they came off, not because they were squished, because my beading was not tight enough. They had come off. So my awesome framer took it out of the frame and gave me it on the mat and said, put the beads on and I'll pop it back in the frame whenever you're ready. Now, he sticks it down and staples it, which I don't care. I know people prefer it laced and things like that, which is fair enough, but for me, I'm happy with it like that. I'm not too stressed. So I couldn't actually bead him like I normally would. I had a couple of suggestions from people, including using a curved needle, and I raised the point of perhaps hot gluing it, and that's actually what I ended up doing. And it works perfectly. It was a bit of a trial and error thing, but luckily with the hot glue you could pick off. So if I did it in the wrong spot, I just picked it off. It was fine. So let's have a look at that one. Here she is. You right, Sky? My dog's just walking around for no reason. Anyway, here is a Phileas Pearl by Dora Corbett, all framed. Obviously there's going to be glare and I'm sure you'll be okay with it. Shiny frame, really nice. Antique white matte, really sets her off. She hangs up in the hallway at the end and I get to walk down and see her every day. So I love it. A couple other FFO-ish types of things. I gave my dad the poppies in the wind, which I showed you last time. And he sent me a photo of it hung up in the RSL where I donated it. So here's a picture of that. And as you can see, they have a fair bit of memorabilia and stuff. So it looks pretty cool. That is actually an authentic nurse's uniform, you can see in that. And the last thing to do with FFOs, which has been really cool, is it was my parents' 30th wedding anniversary this time last week, Monday last week. And I was able to give them their Always and Forever piece that I framed. And here is a photo of that. They loved it and it was really, really nice. We took them out for dinner, my sister and I, we took them out on Saturday night so I could give that to them then. And we got them a cake and things like that, so it was really cool. So they were talking about where they were going to hang it. So that was really nice. They were already talking about that. So that was pretty cool. So I'm really, really glad they enjoyed it. And thank you to everyone who commented on the Instagram post of that as well. They do appreciate that kind of stuff. I'm going to flip things up a bit because of the way this video is going to work. And I'm going to talk about my giveaway now. The giveaway, if you haven't been watching for the past couple of videos, I'm doing giveaways each month to D-Statch. It's very similar to Michelle Bendy's ones, all credit goes to her of course. They're just paper patterns or magazine patterns and I will fold them up and send them to you if you win. Now please don't enter if you're under 18 unless you have your parents' permission. Don't say giveaway in the comments, and if you're not happy with a folded pattern, don't enter because I fold it up in an envelope and I send it to you. Okay, so let's talk about the last ones from last time. This one here, the patchwork alphabet. Actually meant to show you just that part. Nobody said they wanted this, so that's fine. If you want it and you're seeing this video and you didn't see it last time, please just let me know, otherwise this may go in the recycling because I need to de-stash. And the other one only had one entry, which was Suck It Up, which was the lollies. And that was Heather from Link Is My Homeboy. She's got one every single time. But that's just the way it is. If she's the only one that wants it, she can have it. So I'll send this to you, Heather. But what I'll probably do is I'll probably wait until next month to see if you get one again. Because who knows. But yeah. There we go. There's those ones. This month, the Geeky Stitching Co pattern is One Tough Cookie, which is super cute. Now I did stitch this, so it's not the... It's a little bit crinkly, but it's not too bad actually. It's not marked, just really quickly show you that. It's super cute. I gave it to my sister. It's adorable. I love this pattern. So I hope somebody or a few people want it and I can send it to you. If you heard that weird noise, that was just my dog sighing, so don't worry about that. And the magazine pattern is from Cross Stitch Crazy, April 2016, issue 214. And I can only show you a little bit of it, but it's this merry-go-round horse or fairground horse. It's beautiful. I wanted to stitch it for the longest time and then I just looked it up one day and I said, I'm not going to stitch that. So if you would like this, oh, I didn't do the thing. If you want to stitch this, say I would like to stitch the cookie. If you want to stitch this, just say I would like to stitch the horse. And I'll draw that out in my next video. It's really nice. This, I had another pattern I was going to give away, but I'd ripped it out really terribly, but this one's good. So that's the giveaway. So hopefully some people would like those. Okay. I've got a little bit of a random segment that I'm going to do. And this won't be every single time. At the moment, it's just once off. And it's going to be called On the Wish List. On the wish list this week and forever until I get it done is going to be a chatelaine. Now, I never thought I was going to do a chatelaine. They're beautiful, but they're so intimidating and scary for me. And I have epic Pokemon and I've got mirabilities and stuff like that. So yes, they have beads and yes, they're full coverage, but they don't have specialty stitches, which is my scary part. I'm scared of those. But I saw, and I need to get her name correct before I keep going. Her name is on Instagram, and I'll put it up on the screen, is Jaellede, Jalid. I don't know how to say it, and I'm very, very sorry. She's stitching a chatelaine mandala and I'm in love with it and I want it so bad. It's called the Scotland mandala, and I'll pop in a picture here of the one off the chatelaine official thing, and I'll put in a couple pictures here. She gave me permission to do this of her piece so far, and she's quite a way through, so it's amazing. For those that don't know, my family is Scottish. My dad's side of the family is Scottish. I've been there. We went to a bunch of castles. We went to where my ancestors probably were living before they moved to, before they came out to Australia quite a while ago. It means a lot to me, Scotland. I would love to live there. I don't think I could because I'm a family person. I like to be near my family, but it's amazing. I love everything about it and I want to go really badly. It just means a whole lot. And there's elements in this that are so amazing. If on one of the pictures you can see a little Nessie that's in there, which is gorgeous. There's castles in it, and one of them I've been to, the Ellendunan Castle. We went there and my dad picked up a rock and took it home and like mounted it and stuff. And I think my family was in there at some point for something. I'm not really sure, but I just really love Scotland and I really want to do this. So this is the chatelaine that I will do one day, and I'm hoping that, I sent it to my dad because he does all the family history, and I said, Dad, look at this, it's got Ellendunan on it, it's got tartan, it's got all this stuff, and I said it's going to cost me a lot to do because it's, I think in Australian dollars, I think it's going to cost me about $250 to kit this thing up. So I'm hoping I can get some funds at Christmas time and I can buy it. I will choose a different fabric to an antique white. I want something that reminds me of sheep's wool, just because why not? And yeah, I get really excited whenever I see her update, or if I think about this pattern. I never thought that I would like a chatelaine enough to do it. I love them all, but this one just really hit me in my heart, and I just really want to do it. So that's on the wish list. So I don't know, I just love it so much. I get really, as you can tell, I get really excited when I think about it. So hopefully one day I will get that and I will be able to do it. I just get excited thinking about it now. It's pretty bad, but I would really like to do it sooner rather than later. I think if I got it, it would be one where as soon as I get it, I start it, and I'm not usually like that. I'm not usually that kind of person. I usually wait until I've got a free spot in my whips, but no, I think that would be one where I start it immediately as soon as I get it. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's talk plans. I've got my diary here, my gorgeous sparkly thing. July goals are it's quite easy this month. My 2 cells, Pokemon, and so 3,000 stitches and 1 king. I am going to be working on Turtle Duck Family though, as my focus. I'm not going to go back to my mermaid. I would really like to get the page done that I'm on because I feel like it's taking me too long. I don't think I give it enough time as I should. And that's it here. I'll just show you. It's on the Q snap. Which way does it go? Let me think. That way. It's in the bag. So I would like to and it's pretty much that. I would like to finish that off. I have some thread on here too. This is another Taran bag and it's got sausage dogs on it. I love it. So I would like to get that done. But it depends on time. Now, in August, Stitching Mummy Sarah is doing Arbitrary August, which is randomly selected whips every day, and I'm down. I'm so excited for that. I'm gonna have like 5 whips, but I don't care. I'm going to randomly select each day. Obviously Pokemon is gonna get more because if I randomly select class schedule twice, it'll be done and that will be out of the list. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So if it gets to the point where I'm getting to the end of the month and I need to do a lot more on Pokemon, I might stop. But I really like that idea. I think it'd be fun to switch it up every day. I might get over it really quick, but that's fine. I still want to just try it. But we'll see how we go. And the last part of my video is a fun bit. it's July now, so it's been 6 months, and I wanted to do a half-year review to see how I'm going with my goals and my whips and all that kind of stuff. So currently I have 13 whips. I have I would have had 12, but then we did the Enchanted Mermaid start, and it also includes 2 Hades that I have that I'm not working on until Epic Pokemon is finished. So I think I started the year with 12. Then I added my new start, and I added my cells, and I also started Kings and Queens pretty early on. So it went up to 17 whips. 17 is the most I think I've had this year. I think it went up quite high because I had things like the birth sampler and stuff like that, but it's come down a bit. I've had 6 starts and 5 finishes. The 6 starts, what have they been? The 2 cells, Rapunzel, which was my new start, which is a Hade. Kings and Queens, Enchanted Mermaid, and my birthday cell, which was a stitch a day keeps reality away. So that's 6 starts. Out of those, I finished 1, 2. I don't remember. I've definitely finished at least 1. But the cells, I keep having to remind myself that I'm going to be 2 whips down very, very quickly in December. They're going to be done in December because I'm keeping up with them. So that's pretty cool. So 5 finishes. I've had 8 FFOs, which is awesome. I've got a whole bunch of stuff framed because I finally found a framer that I like. So I've had stuff from last year FFO'd and stuff that I finished this year FFO'd. And I currently don't have any large projects that need to be framed. I've got a few small things that I'm doing myself, which I'll hopefully get done this holiday. So I'm very, very, very happy about that. In terms of my personal year of whips, I did enter into the official year of whips, and then I took myself out because I wasn't happy with a few things in the group, and I think that's fair enough. So I have my own goals, and I'll just pull them up in my diary. I have a few, here we go. I've got, I'll just go through them down the list. Epic Pokemon, the goal for this year is to get 6 pages done, and I finished 4. So that's amazing. I'm so happy with that. So that means that I should be able to smash out that goal within the next couple months. And what I will do, I'll talk about that in a minute. Don't jump ahead. I wanted to finish Always and Forever, which was for my parents, which I did. And the birth sampler, which I did. Clouds Factory and the class schedule cell are 2 goals for this year as well. So they'll be finished in December. Poppies in the Wind is finished, Walking in London is finished, and Turtle Duck Family is the other one. So really, all I've got left to do for this goal so far is 2 Pokemon pages, my 2 cells, and Turtle Duck Family. I'm pretty sure I can smash that. I'm very excited for that actually. So I haven't really reevaluated my goals, but I've kind of listed things to do after I meet them because I feel like I'll be right to meet them. I need to get these 2 Epic Pokemon pages done. So it'll be the one that I'm currently working on, and then another actual full page that will take me a little bit longer. When that's finished, I will be continuing with how I do Pokemon because I'm really enjoying how fast it has been going for me. And if I keep it up at this rate, I'll be finished in 2020. Yeah, so it'll take me another year and a bit to do, which is fine. It's a full coverage piece. I don't know, I'm not one of those people that can only work on full coverage, so I know it's going to take me a while. So I'm okay with that. So I'll keep working on that. Turtle Duck Family will be done, cells will be done. Okay, when Turtle Duck Family gets finished, I have another group of whips that haven't been worked on this year that will become my focuses. I've got 2 to start with, and I definitely have more in my stash, don't worry about that. The first one that will become my next focus to finish is one for my kitchen. And it is, does it have a picture, I forgot. So annoying. It's called Fast Food by Stitchrovia, and I'll put in a picture if I can find one. And I'm stitching this on 18 count Ada, which was just in my stash. And that's the start I've got on it. So not heaps, but that is the first page, like border. I stitched this when I was having my surgery last year. I remember that, stitching in the hospital. So I've got to fill in a bit on this page, but this will be a quick fit. I'm going to do this because I always say that. It should be a fast-ish finish because it is blocks of colour, and it's fun. I really like the Stitchrovia pieces. So that's for my kitchen. The pieces I'm wanting to do first are from my house, or ones that Matt likes, so I can get them out of the way. And then I can work on stuff that I want to do. I do want to do these. I shouldn't say that I don't want to, I do. And then after that one, and I'm not sure if I'll get to this one this year, but it's here just in case, is I'm just calling it Autumn because I don't think it has a name. And it's from Cross Stitch Crazy. Where is the other page of it? There we go. They've called it Autumn Beauty and it's by Leslie Tier. I don't know if I can hold it up properly, but this is what it looks like, will look like when it's finished. Very different for me. I don't usually stitch this kind of stuff, but Matt really liked it. And if he likes a cross stitch, I'm gonna do it. So it's actually 3 different pieces. I was gonna stitch them together, but they don't actually line up. So I'm gonna have to do it 3 different pieces and then get them framed with maybe a mat in between or frame it myself. I'm not really sure. I've got a little start on this, nothing major. This is just on a 20 or 32 count antique white even weave. That was really broken. So that's what I'll work on after fast food is done. I stitched down here to make sure it would actually fit because I was really afraid it wasn't going to, but it does. What I'm thinking though is I may need to get another piece of this so I have enough room in between. I'll stitch the first 2 and then I'll see what it's like on the edge and then I can just get another piece because that's not hard to get. It's actually really, really pretty. I forget that I like this one. So, I've talked really fast, I think. I do apologize for that. So they're my 2 next focuses to finish, but I do need to get Turtle Duck out of the way first. After that, I think I've got 3 whips. I think it's 3. That will be my next focuses. And one is pretty close. If you remember the Fantasy Cell from Lakeside Needlecraft, that one will probably be a finish sooner rather than later next year, I think. I need to stop talking about next year because it's only July. I need to calm down. I'm really, really excited that this year's going so well with my stitching. I'm very proud that I haven't started all the things because don't worry, I bought stuff. Oh boy. My haul has been pretty insane the first half of the year, so I've really tried to stop spending and stop looking at Stash Unload and things because I just get things because, oh, it's cheap, I'll get that, but I don't need to get it. So I've stopped doing that. Except for this chatelaine, that's different. That's like, oh, it's one of those ones where you see it and you're like, can't stop thinking about that, so I need to get it. So I'm going to get really excited when Turtle Duck Family's done so I can do some new whips that I haven't even looked at this year, which will be really fun. Okay, I think that's everything. I think that's everything. This is a bit of a rambly video and I'm okay with that because I really want to get it up and posted. So please enter in the giveaway if you would like to win this or the cookie. Remember to just comment below. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at lauraxstitches. I do like to do polls and things. I like getting your opinions about what to stitch. It's fun to do it that way. And I will be back. Actually, what I was going to see is, do we want a live video of a stitch with me or something? I haven't done any in ages because I would do it on the weekend, but Matt's home, and then when I get home from school, he'll be home pretty soon after, so it won't be very long. So holidays means I do have time during the day to do one. Even though I know people are working, it's a bit tricky. So let me know if you'd be interested in a stitch with me or something like that, a live video, because I do miss doing those and getting to interact pretty quickly with you, which is fun. I'll be back at the end of July or early August to update you with how I went in July and to tell you my plans for Arbitrary August, which I'm pretty pumped for, I'm not gonna lie. Good luck to everybody doing their 100 Days of Hate. When I finish Epic Pokemon, if that's still going, I'll be joining you, but not for 2 years, not yet. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how your 100 days goes. I'd like to do that with something like a Chatelaine. I think I saw somebody doing that with 100 Days of Chatelaine on one of the groups. I'm not sure. That would be cool to do as well with a piece like that. I mean, I guess I could do it for Pokemon, but it wouldn't be very official. Unless I did one in the group, don't know. For those that don't know, I do have 2 Facebook groups. One of them is for Pokemon stitches, so if you like to see Pokemon stitches or you do Pokemon stitches, be sure to come and join us. I'll link it below. And the other one I co-run with Adele. She does most of the work, let's be real. And it's Fruks, which is fluffy rainbow unicorn kawaii stitches, which is all cute stuff. So if you like seeing cute things or you do cute stuff, you just like to look at cute things in a time when things aren't so cute, please come and join us. We don't really accept people that aren't obviously cross-stitchy, so if you've got a group that you're in, particularly for Pokemon, because I haven't said any questions, but I look at your groups, and if I can't see any groups to do with cross-stitch, I will decline you. But with Fruks, there's some questions, so you can answer the questions. Right, time to go and pack up and edit and upload and probably eat something. And then I'm going to do a bunch of jobs. I really want to sit down and stitch, but I need to do housework. I will talk to you all in a month. Have a lovely, lovely month stitching, and I'll see you then. Bye everyone.